Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
Sorry, it was the LPL. Okay. And but this duo is really good at just looking at you level 1, dead in the eyes, and throws out the flag and says, "Come pick it up." Even more empowered to go down towards and keep pushing in. Misfits though, they flip up the script. They go top side. Can Chachi get out?
Gonna make this happen. Chachi is ignited, charged away from First Blood. Over to Irrelevant. Anything but.
Okay, well, what's the cross map? Xerxes now sat down towards bot side again. We said this is where Astralis really wanted to put their resources down towards. It is a kill onto Chachi. It is a kill. Of course, Irrelevant picks that one up. But the question is actually, how much is this actually worth? You're still down 20 CS in the 2v2. You're being forced off of waves. You're being forced into a bad situation.
Here we go. They're managing to get the Ignite down. Mercer looking to be sacrificed to Kobe. The glorious execution needs one more attack. But Xerxes is the one that picks it up.
Again, while you have like the eye-candy and eye-candy, the fact that they had the space to do that without losing anything is good setup from Astralis.
Jonghoon and Xerxes don't seem to be done though. It'll be a 2v3 in the river. Smite fight comes through, but here's a Talia. Weaver's Wall to try and turn this one around. Making this now a 4v3 over the wall. Goes Mercer trying to get the Dayor. Shockwave used. Dayor got nowhere to go. And the Clockwork winds down.
So Astralis actually biting off a little bit more than they can chew at that point. He cut off at the pass. And VTO, so much to say about this player who had a wonderful spring LEC, has been starting to regain some of that form, and getting involved again is important for this Misfits team. We're actually fairly even after all things are said and done, though we'll have to see again what happens to the spot lane matchup. Do you want to keep putting a finger towards that? Well, the gold is fairly even. Worried about this 2v2.
Exactly, and this is really to highlight the fact that both these teams have had great turnarounds over recent weeks. It's Irrelevant. Out of nowhere, it's a solo kill. Who needs graphics? Risky to truly defend this. Looks like Neon will get every blade here as Berlin. Very pleased to see Shelly get a charge on in.
This is why we were alluding to 2v2s being important, early bot lane wave control being important. Have to see whether these narration for Astralis, it is around that second. Herald ultimates now available for pretty much everyone on the board. You know we're talking about those team fights. Round 1.
It's brewing here. Can they make it happen? Chachi on the side, nearly at Mega Nub, but will be shoved forwards and into the wall afterwards with a heroic charge. He's knocked up and knocked down. Chachi out, Glacial Prison afterwards, and Xerxes now has to back out best he can. Member down, Misfits managed to have the Herald reset on them, but should be able to secure this, and the Xerxes felt the need to go in, will instead retreat to his Krugs, and Misfits right now feel in command with a few thousand gold to their name.
And I know that Mininar is a little more squishy than they used to be, but I have to feel... Oh, gosh.
The Pike is about to find himself on the end of a Zenith Blade, but actually Kobe forced a flash out of Mercer, but now Kobe out of mana. The Blood Rush isn't going to matter. Zanzara knocks him down, and the stacks are down for the count.
And Astralis, it feels like they're miscalculating. I do agree that flanking a Talia around that Herald is probably the angle you're looking for, right? But if there's a Chachi, doesn't have him
come with the second Herald, ready to try and make sure this happens. They're going to keep charging forward. Irrelevant forcing a flash away from Jonghoon potentially. He's got nowhere to go though, and just gets knocked straight down. No chance to use the summoner until a little too late. Second charge comes through. Weaver's Wall afterwards to prevent any easy defense. Man down, 2 towers down, and Misfits on a roll here.
And Zanzara is having a one copy. Again, you can see how much they value it and how much it means to a player of Zanzara's caliber on his favored champions. Astralis are at least able to get themselves a bit of a cross map. Of course, objective bounty's not going to be enabled because they don't have that much vision. They're spotted on all of their entries. What can Xerxes do here?
He's got to keep his verdict. Misses though, and now actually Misfits a little bit pinned in place. Neon throws down. The spell shoved into the wall is stunned. Zanzara, can they trade this one out? There's just not enough damage quite yet, and now the rest of Misfits are here and looking to fight. Kobe stunned, has to cleanse Flash, and he's in trouble stunning the side of Chachi. Taken out by a ricochet. And it's going to be a bounce house that Neon is winning. A shutdown though on the Zanzara is something, but can they sit down? The Civet will get it, and Astralis still playing this one up best they can. Irrelevant, and VTO are still going to try and punish, though they are not done here. They refuse to lose, and Xerxes will be stopwatched away from killing off the Talia. Double to the mid laner of Misfits.
And you know what? There's so much damage with those ricochets going back and forth, and Misfits retain control of this game. They pick themselves up there first. It's important. It's extra gold on the table. Of course, reminder, this game is so important for both of these teams. Moments like that, lapses in concentration, can mean so much. But Misfits on the hunt with the Civet.
They will not let that kill go unpunished. Astralis in a 4v3 must fight somehow, some way, teleporting in, trying to survive, but already Dayor taken so low. Falls down to a final ricochet. Chachi is here, but Jonghoon will burn down to irrelevant. Again, that name feels more and more like a complete joke as Chachi is wound away with the wall. May have a hop, may have a hope, but not enough quite yet. Meganar is just not enough. He falls down. VT on a killing spree. And
using that Sivir ult to great impact to catch Astralis out after they'd find their own pick. Xerxes around. Doesn't have a great way into the pit right now.
He must try to find something. He's got no blast cone, no ultimate, no flash. He's just going to stand here, unfortunately, and watch as the Baron falls down. Over the wall goes irrelevant. This Sejuani has done nothing but go forwards. A rampaging. As stated, they are letting.
I'm so glad we're providing peek
from the side lane from Dayor. Knocked back away is the near Meganar. You can hear what the crowd wants.
Yeah, the crowd
see whether they'll allow it in. It seems like Irrelevant feels the need. Dayor has to whack away. On comes the Whirling Death, but still Kobe yet to cash in. Zanzara murders out the pike. Finally catches in, does Kobe. But I think it might be a little too late into this game. It's a 1-for-1 right now, but the inhibitor turret falls.
Care.
Absolutely
no.
not.
Threat of those wallets, threat of just walking menacingly. Astralis enough to force them off. Astralis potentially could have found themselves a team committing to them. Again, you can see both these teams are still looking nonetheless.
Here comes the Keeper's Verdict being spun around again, looking to see whether they can keep people away from the tower, and they do so just fine. Now the inhibitor is the one under siege. None of them have fallen quite yet, but I don't know whether Astralis have what it takes to prevent that from happening. Misfits now just rode over towards the mid lane, and Jonghoon, yes, he's trying to pull the wave away, but that's about all he can do right now.
Well, he's pulled them a couple of seconds to get back into position. It means that Misfits can't just walk from one plane. Oh, combo.
Flash cleanse down. The Draven.
Civil.
I'm with you, crowd. You boo that. That's fine. I want some more action. Thank you. Hey!
No fighting. Hammer away.
And now the fight begins. The crowd will get what they asked for, and they asked for blood. Irrelevant gets a kill onto Dayor. Jonghoon still hammering or haunting behind the scenes here, but just nothing to be done. Kobe gets a bit of a trade onto Zanzara, but inhibitor falls regardless. One remains in the top dive, but it's unshielded by a tower, so maybe some damage here is shoved back is irrelevant, but he's just so tanky, and the turnaround comes straight on through. That is a dead Chachi. Zanzara will follow up on the Solar Flare, and Xerxes has to Heartbreaker away. Kobe, Whirling Death, just not enough, and Jonghoon, it just feels like there's nothing you can do right now on the pike.
And as soon as Misfits get this 5-man unit together, especially with the gold lead, it's so difficult for Astralis to find their target, find them. Oh, good flash away from Jonghoon, but you can see Astralis really struggling to land the hits.
It's a last dance, a last attempt to hold on to the base. They just can't quite make it work. Misfits looking to secure themselves that additional game win, looking to make sure the playoffs is theirs and not taken from their hands. A critical win against their nearest competitors will be theirs. Misfits move to 8 and 6.
Nexus finally falls. It took a bit of effort, but Misfits, So this will be, unsurprisingly, another first-time champion for Nuclear.
It's a risk. Haru down the level here. Either he wins a smite.
Synchro has to look for the fight. He has to look for the fight here because he doesn't have the smite for another couple of seconds.
True.
As you can see, he's going straight towards
Herx is here, though.
Herx has Prio, and that's flipped it.
But Agressivo's coming over. There's the smite. Now level 3 comes through on the other side. Syncroft taken so low, but that's just a dead monkey. Surely over the wall he goes. Flash after Haru, but a smite onto the Krugs. Over comes Alfari. Syncroft is down. First blood to Vitality. Wait, but they're like very much the wrong side of the rift here. They need to try and escape as Nuclear and hops over the wall. Has an extra big start wants this. I don't know whether he does. Gonna try and go for a spleen to spare. Another smite again! Haru gets another.
Is this Vitality recently when he was in the ERLs? But I love this. Initially in the jungle 1v1 matchup, I am sat there going, well, yeah, I guess we might even see it again.
Round 34, Flight Limit gets pillared. Now needs to try and extricate himself from the enemy jungle. Gets chomped down. The Never Move misses, and then they go with the bandage. Starts trying to trade this one out, but Limit just nowhere to go. Cannot quite read his own limits. 3-0 of Vitality in this early game. It's only 4 minutes in.
But how well Vitality? I think he's safe. It's a question of whether Limit gets caught out at this point.
Yeah, he's of course going to try and stay safe, but I have burnt the flash earlier, so in a riskier position than he might once have been. Still just hovering around in this bush off vision, seeing whether Kazi can be caught out. Does have the spell shield, of course, and not the easiest person to get.
You know what else? Oh, he's
find it anyway. They're going to get the ultra shot laser afterwards, and Kazi dead in lane. Matty gets one on the board for BDS.
Okay. Conversation. This doesn't involve the junglers, but I'd love to kind of bring up this conversation in terms of actually who has been trying to do the carrying. I'll definitely do now. That's the...
Matty, is he as in danger as they think he is? It's now Kazi's left on the other side of the rest of the team, away from a blast cone. Kazi has popped his ultimate and will get out to safety. Flash was popped, but Synkrov now maybe overextended, has his limit. Can he escape? Because he's got no flash. Avoids the handshake, goes back in. Remember, there's still no ultimate available. So you'll see a very dead limit who's secured by Perkz.
And this time, it come back into some of the team fights later. But this will be, if you get all those plates in, still a very relevant Sivir in game 2 of the day.
That is a very risky way to walk Demonic. Ascension going through House of the Pillar, and Synkrov nowhere to go. He is never moving anymore. Dead again.
Perkz, man. That's an important thing to keep track of. When you lose... oh, that's another going on to Matty.
That's a flash, nowhere to go though. He's hostile takeover, and I don't think that they can get out. But he spark surges out the burn from Haru. Gets him a kill.
Oh, challenging Smite MVP. Didn't even need an ignite.
Perkz just flashed to get away from Nuclearint's edge of Ixal, empowered by a little bit of water. And will manage to get himself out to safety for now. But BDS down 3,000 gold, down their AD carry, who nearly escaped, but not quite enough HP. Now in a difficult position, they'd love to get another dragon. Instead, they're going to go in and get onto Haru. Remember, he's burnt himself the ultimate. That's not a great supreme display of talent. Goes wide. Nuclearint trading out with Perkz, but a demonic ascension means nothing to be done. BDS go for a fight and handily lose it. The boomerang blade comes back. Gotta learn that one from any Australian friend.
It's a weird interaction, so even if you just punt someone with it into somewhere in the middle of the river, they get a stun, it's extra CC, it's still the damage on top of it, but it's just not clean enough from BDS. They decide to go for the fight, they don't quite find those angles, and no limit starts off with that
kill participation involved absolutely everything on this map from that early invade. Now Nuclearint and Synkrov in danger again as Haru lands the pillar, trying to chase down on this Wukong. Gonna get away for now, but I don't know how far he can run. Rooted, hand shook, and I don't think you want that deal. Perkz on a killing spree.
Oh, Synkrov has been bullied so hard this game, and Synkrov has been one of those players we have looked to on BDS, particularly after his individual performances from Spring. This guy has really... Trying to get it onto the right targets is going to be so, so hard.
And, you know, we've yet to see Aggressivo find a teleport or a flank, really, at this point. Not anyway, in fairness.
Yes, that was definitely something which happened. But in this game, if it struggled somewhat to gain big control of the vision. But in this game, see what happens around this top side.
Oh, that was not the best proto build I've ever seen. Aggressivo will throw down a slicing Maelstrom, but he gets a stun onto 3 and still falls. Haru gets that kill, and BDS are scrambling as they won't even get a third charge from Shelly here. The old shock lens doesn't put it down. In she goes, destroys the turret, and Vitality are continuing to play. How far will they go? Nuclear taken down. It's 2 already, 3 already, and all the while Alfari flashes out, and the Matty tries to trade this out. A Zeri moment maybe incoming, but as Visions of Empire secures it. Kazi gets a triple. The inhibitor will not be...
He wants to do as a champion, but is also in just a very comfortable spot in the meta herself right now. Very high wave clear and just able to run down even the extended range carry of that Zeri. So even Matty at those items couldn't really achieve what he wanted to. Nuclearint trying to do something around this dragon, but really not in the same spot.
The pillar from Haru, just phenomenal. The Empress of Inkstyle taken straight out there. Another kill for Kazi.
This Kiana has had so little impact on this game. It is so difficult when you get put behind as a mid-jungle very early. Vitality have looked at that champion and said, how do we... haven't seen a point where all of these ultimates can be layered.
No, I mean, you're looking at the mid-jungle of BDS. It's 0-5, 0-3.
A bit more cohesion. Can they find a way to close out this win? Feels oh so likely. Really does feel like it's on BDS to find a crazy wombo, but I don't know if they're going to be allowed it.
It's a Hail Mary. They need to find something in this choke point if they can. Limit throws down the curse of the sad mummy, but he's sent straight back to the pyramid. Dead the mummy is.
Yeah. Send him back in a coffin. It's back into that pyramid, and again, like that was like the one time I've seen potential for Vitality to actually get wombo. They were all stood in the same spot, but BDS were already on the retreat. They couldn't get to that point. The Vision's been starved out, and they have to now advance into enemy territory.
The Baron's been started. Perkz demonically ascends, and there is nowhere to go. Demon Flare still yet to be used. A rampage for Perkz. That will be a supreme display of talent, but it's just not enough. Nowhere near the damage. Kazi has got like 20 kills to
Topside inhibitor go to 9 and 5, put the pressure onto Rogue later into the day, into their last games, see if they can keep pace.
From a team that struggled to find synergy, dropped out in playoffs in spring, to one of the most dominant teams in Europe right now, Vitality are on the up and up. Eyes on playoffs, eyes potentially on Worlds.
Taking their time to finish off the Nexus, but it is going to handle the same Vitality. Just about same Labrov by taking down the Nexus. But against a Wukong and Akali, that seems very, very dangerous. And the Narsa being self-sufficient too. I do feel like Razzle does more for you now. It used to be 4% bonus attack damage and ability power. It's gone up to 6%. That's matching what it used to be. Very, very important in these more than just 1v1 fights. Gilly's still in the area though. How much support has he really got here?
Not maybe as much as he was hoping, as Subjugate's been popped, but the Call of the Forge God now coming through. Wonder gets a knock-up onto Gillius, who's ignited, now flashing away. Flash forward from Wonder, who really wants this, but now the turnaround. Not bad with the cycle, but a first blood from Hylissang, aggressively flashing forward for it. But all the while, steps into the backside, exhausted. Can't quite perfect the SQ, doesn't get it with the 5-point strike either. He's back into the Shroud, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough. Trying, but not enough. Megadar into the wall from Genax, but cannot secure it. SK are thwarted at every turn. 3-0 to Fnatic.
And you know what I'm going to say here? Some of the better individual values, so Fnatic going to have that value under pocket as well. And now Easy Herald going to give it even more gold into Upset, was already fairly affluent before that point, gets themselves to yourself something like a mid lane outer turret. That means that it's much harder to approach these fights. SK,
beginning.
Such an important fight for them.
Teleport's there. They're going to try and secure it. It's now gone through onto the Trundle. The root comes through, but no real kills come through. Flash forward from Rather with the jump onto Jezu, who's having to run away. The Sivir is outboard on the other side. Janus gets a stun, but cannot get a kill. Certes exhausted, but shoved away with that massive Emperor's Divide. 2 back to Fnatic, and there is just nothing SK can do. It is a demolition at double Rift Herald fights.
Oh, the Herald.
In fact, by SK, so maybe we'll wait for that one a little moment.
He has himself items. A crown makes it much harder to burst him out at the start of the fight. What can SK do against these carries which are coming online?
Gilius has to back out again. He's on 20% HP, being subjugated already. Genax hops away, but I don't know whether the Emperor's going to allow him to go any further. The Blast Cone gets him out to safety for now, but a command attack and a shuffle will ensure that Humanoid gets a kill onto Genax.
The Sands shift, the Sands take down a Genax. Gilius left alone, and Hilly feeling bloodthirsty.
Bloodthirsty supports, you love to see it. Wonder on a killing spree, but let's be real, that's Hylissang with all the work.
Yeah, bringing back some good old supportal combat. Fnatic, or early, it's not happened. Fnatic showing no mercy. They're trying again.
They're going to make an angle in, but they overcomes Wonder with the Call of the Forge God. Certus knocked up, trying to go down. Hylissang's got a wild growth against alive. The living artillery secures a kill, and the artillery continues to rain down hell from range. But they've gotten in a while, and they are now in a position where they can start making that push into players, making that push to compete further on as Genax. His Alcove gamed his way out of this.
Alcove Gaming.
Humanoids will be spotted! No! The recall is cancelled!
Oh, Genax, no!
Alas, sweet Genax, we knew thee well.
I am really sad. I thought that would have been a great escape. He's going to WEQ out, just shift away, and you can probably see that right now. I mean, Humanoid is so safe on that side lane. Fnatic really don't need to be worried about a lot of these fights.
Quick note as Genax and Wonder trade out here. We are on track here for a perfect game from Fnatic. The last true perfect game was in spring of 2018.
No,
as
don't
Wonder,
say that.
The moment might have just cursed him.
No.
Can he get out of the perfect game? Was it about to be ruined?
Why would you say that?
I have thrown Wonder under the caster curse of all.
Stuck between the pillar and the wall. Oh gosh, I mean, you know what? I'm pretty sure Fnatic won't feel much worse about that. Still so much in the lead.
Well, SK managed to at least prevent the perfect game. The record still lands. It's been 4 years at this point. He's going to have to wait a little longer as Upset decides he's a bit angry about that and just murders the monkey.
Goes down. So split again. They need to pick up some wins, but no time better than to start now.
Baron comes through, 20 seconds.
Difficult at even. They are so far behind at this point. They're not even testing themselves. This Dragon, they're going to get themselves an objective bounty on the top side of the map, but it is such a consolation prize.
It can really turn the screws and choke the remaining life out of SK.
And what a sad story for SK, because in spring they were obviously 2-7 in the first round robin. They ended up recovering to a respectable finish. They ended up taking games off of a lot of our top teams in the LEC in that that split, but now we thought we could see the same from them. They were improved by 1 on the first round robin. They went, 3 and 6, and it was like, wow, okay, cool, maybe they can do something with this. And they've not really managed to keep up that innovation, that momentum.
Oh, upset. The Bio-Arcane Barrage of the Living Artillery takes Gilius down to 10% HP. Gen X has to recall as this Kog'Maw just unleashes on the enemy jungler.
That's gonna be such a difficult position to be in. What can they do? Can they break this team?
24.5 minutes on the clock, and Fnatic are done waiting. They want this game right now. They want it right here, and SK, the playoff stream, is looking like a bit of a wish and nothing more as Fnatic prove why they have made playoffs so many times throughout the years. They're on track. The recovery continues. 2 in a row for the boys in orange.
Fnatic starting.
Maybe, another engaged tool in the likes of Kaiser wouldn't hurt them, but they are going to go with the Lulu. I think it makes the most sense next to the Zeri either.
I have asked our observers just to check whether or not a bad trade or something happened very early because we weren't watching top, and Ahmed is being jumped in right now. First blood secured.
Ready to fight.
Comp's going to be a little bit late. True Shot Barrage is on cooldown. He's just making it past the inner turret in mid. The Weaver's Wall comes out from Niski, locking up. Rogue Unforgiven gets 1 for Mad Lions. That's a secure on the Herald, and Trimby jumps in, dashes right back out, and Rogue are being wrecked. But will the re-engage help out? Unforgiven is firing out those bursts of fire over and over. 2 kills to Mad Lions, 1 for Rogue. But the Herald was secured.
They do have the advantage of the ultimate on Trimming's Rakan.
Yeah, they're not going to commit for it though. Neither mid nor bottom lane is making that
Both
move.
side of the map, you see they're slow pushing the wave. They're not overextending whatsoever. You see how far behind Kaiser goes, but they've seen that he's back in. Unforgiven is all alone.
Oh, knocked up into the air, charmed in place, and Unforgiven will get taken out. Trimby manages to secure that kill. Alcove Gaming, fantastically done by Rogue. For Malrang, very happy to see his influence in the early game. Definitely helping Rogue pull ahead. That's a good charm onto Alyoye. He's tanking up a couple turret shots. They turn their attention back to the first tower. Unforgiven, dashing over the wall. Chunk down. Exhaust comes out below 100 HP. Manages to make it to the tower. The burn may not kill him. True Shot Barrage is sidestepped. How good are your dancing feet? Unforgiven, taken out by Rogue.
Literally, the only reason Malrang was there.
Team fight. Right now, Niski continues to shove forward, multiple members of Rogue around. I don't know if Malrang can find another angle. He's got that Cyclone available.
There's been 3 or 2 members mid this entire game. Larson.
Oh, the seismic shove into the Pillar of Ice, but the quickness fired out from Trimby. That's buying so much time. Double stack on the Cyclone will allow Larson to take down his nemesis. Rogue with 5 kills.
And Rogue have read Matt's play so free.
Also, playing around this pressure. They're going to shove down top. This will be the first tower secured. No reply from Mad Lions, Trouble.
Look on the map though, there's 3 members of Rogue towards the top side of the map. They want to get that second tier 2, unlocking the whole top quadrant of the jungle for Rogue. Maybe even trying to pick a fight with Armut.
They are indeed. Armut's being jumped on. No prison, not going to do anything. The kill is secured by Odo.
No way.
And they're going to be able to take 2.
Difficult to cross unless you want to face check.
And that's going to be such a tough situation to come back from. Shoving down bottom with teleport available. It's a lot of information to work with. And for Mad Lions, this is now the patience game. You have to try, mites that away. Is not done yet, continues to step forward. This tower is very, very low. Mystic Shot followed up, Cyclone comes in, flash away from Unforgiven. The tower's finally focused down, and Niski steps forward. Weaver's Wall is available to him as the teleport's coming in from Odo down south. Correction, Armut. Armut's coming in from below. Nobody's died just yet, and Armut is now the focus. We'll be able to dash over the wall. Nobody dies, but I think for Rogue, big in Mad Lions jungle earlier, allows him to push relatively safely. It allows the Dragon to be secure. 1,500 gold top, 1,900 in the jungle, 1,600 in the mid lane. It's just significant advantages
Even the
for
support is rich
everybody.
in terms of you don't have a steroid in your build, but you do take down the Womb at this point, and Mad definitely do not want.
Mad are not yet overextending to the point they can get punished.
Tell you what though, there's both, all 3 teleports, sorry, are down for the side of Rogue. So when they're starting to pressure the side lane like Odoamne is doing towards the bot side of the map right now, they're not gonna have a TP to join. Trimby
He's in a little bit of trouble, has been able to run for a while. Exhaust is thrown out. Trimby caught by the prison, is going to be forced to flash over the wall. The dash comes forward. Rogue are not going to arrive in time. Baron is being burned down. 4,000 hit points. It's gone. It's gone. Mad Lions have secured the Baron. True Shot Barrage made it very, very close. Can Rogue find any kills on the way out? Odo on their steps forward. The Cyclone is knocking up the Mad Lions. Odo's chucking out the needles and snipping his way. Comp Arcane shifts over the wall, and there is so much damage. 2 members of the Mad Lions are down already, and Unforgiven will be the 3rd. Lawson Spirit rushes forward as Kaiser is running for his life. Mad get Baron, but get decimated in the fight.
and Rogue were trying to find a way to force Mad to fight as Malrang will seal the deal with an ace, and Mad gave it to them, Trevor. Rogue right now are 10,000 gold in the lead. They have so many more items, so much more damage in their inventories, and Mad gave them the teamfight that they so longed for.
It was the make or break play for the Mad Lions. Gamble it all on the Baron, and they got punished. But frankly speaking, Rogue smashed from the early game. And after a troublesome week 6, turn their attention to the #1 seed. They beat Mad Lions in week 1. Rogue beat Mad Lions in week 7.
Even something like a Pike, now that you have a CV on the bot side of the map. Okay, that was anticlimactic.
It could have been, but it's going to pivot away to the Lulu. I think, again, kind of synergize. Broken Blade's also got that Ignite available.
Oh, here we go.
Flag and drag over the wall. Bellows Breath comes out from Finn. The knock-up, the flash over the wall. Now Broken Blade is chasing. Jankos waiting for that E to come up. It is available. Marcoon now stepping forward to try cut off Caps, who's being flanked by Nuke Duck as well.
Oh,
the Chains don't find a target. Finn, Bellows Breath does a lot of damage, but first blood is secured by G2 and the crowd goes wild. Marcoon's trying to chase forward with those auto attacks and will get a reply.
And that is...
When they are in the lead early, it's because of these 2 players. And look, once again, Marcoon is going to be flanked by Mickey in the middle lane, trying or potentially...
Oh, Broken Blade level 6, he's already in the mid lane though.
Okay, Glacial Prison needs to find a target. Marcoon's only level 5. Nuke Duck is going to be able to escape with that Mimic for now. Now Marcoon stepping forward again. No Heartbreaker, but Patrick gets the first kill. The flag and drag is dashed away from his Cap, stole that Heartbreaker and used it as an escape. XL get another value objective if you can use it to get those plates. And that's maybe what is going to happen in that top lane. Jankos still slowly chipping away at the drag. 4 today's games started. Now Gilius picked up 5 deaths and they lost to Fnatic, meaning he's at 53. And if Caps wants to claim that prestigious title, he will need to die 6 times. Let's see if he can do it.
Finn is roaming towards the top side of the map. The bot is in trouble.
What a stun! Mickey and Marcoon, the M&M duo, setting it up. Heartbreaker will secure the kill onto Target Master's Broken Blade. Will be flanked by Caps. That's a hijacked Ornn ultimate, knocked backwards, sending XL flying. Here comes Marcoon for the re-engage as Jankos flags, drags, and cataclysms his way into Marcoon's face. Another kill secured. This time it's Nuke Duck that picks it up as Flacket gets the first for G2 in the fight. It's not done yet as Caps and Flacket trying to hold off the siege. The tower is being chunked out as Shelly's been summoned. Ooh. And Marcoon continues the chase. Flash forward into Ethereal Chains will root up 1. Cap survives thanks to the Lulu shield, but not much longer. Marcoon dancing on the edge of safety. He's 3-0-2. He's now such a power to contend with.
Oh no, Nuke Duck though uses W. He doesn't have R available. He will be mobile for a little bit.
He will indeed. Caps has been able to at least hijack the old team. That's the passive from Nuke Duck, and it should be an easy secure.
Caps and Jankos shutting down Nuke Duck, but I don't think Nuke Duck is the guy you need to worry about.
No, you don't. Marcoon's going to go forward, targeting Target Mars, pulled backwards as Patrick is tanking out the tower. They're not going to be able to find the kill thanks to that wild growth. Cataclysm is available. Jankos flags, drags, and dunks down onto Patrick. He's already used that Apotheosis, and that's 1 more for G2. Marcoon is the next target as Flacket takes down Mickey, and Marcoon may not be able to escape. Shut down. G2 right back in.
It's going to be their second dragon as well, and some kills are going the right way to the carries. 1 for Caps, shut down onto Nuke Duck. 2 for... Just wait for this LeBlanc and the impact he's going to make, because again, that LeBlanc was B1'd.
Oh, that means there's a lot of pressure to step up and find those picks. Caps is now under some level of pressure here. We'll be able to look for those chains. Nukta stepping forward. The Heartbreaker comes out, and there should be a kill secure. Caps down to 200 hit points, and on the mini-map, no one else really available. No real, hugely impactful. Marcoon's going to drop Rift Tailty on the middle lane. Finn is already here. Broken Blade's going to teleport to that
ultimate. G2 are gonna pile up on top of that member and kill them before Taric ultimate takes turn.
And the moment that engage comes down, follow Caps and Flacket's HP bars. XL need to take them down. The Dazzle finds the root, the flag, and the drag from Jankos does wonders. The Cosmic Radiance will buy some time as Jankos is forced to flash defensively. Nobody's died just yet, and the prison will whiff. Caps is stepping forward. He's got the Heartbreaker available to him. The chains will whiff, and Mickey is able to escape. Now Finn, the next target, stashing forward. Caps will be able to find one. It's Flacket that actually gets the last hit, and now Marcoon's the target. Another for Flacket, a third for Flacket, and it's G2 that destroyed.
Time he went under the radar. He was shoving in waves. He was getting the gold. He was getting the items, and now that he has 3 beefy members standing in front of him, he was untouched. Gets to overextend and stay alive for a few more seconds. Keep your eyes on these 2 stopwatches. 3. Jankos where Caps is at this point. When they put Caps on the sideline, specifically when he doesn't have his flash available, we've seen Jankos shadowing.
I think that Caps showed in the top lane. He's already made it back to the squad. Another 5v5 setup. Gigantic initiation tools available for both. Cosmic Radiance still available for Caps. Cataclysm is flashed away from by Mickey, and that's at least the hijacked Cosmic used. Broken Blade split off from the rest of the team. Finn will get that knock up. Call of the Forge God will whiff and not find further. The re-engage coming from G2 will be thwarted by the Cosmic Radiance. XL need to get the damage down, but they can't do it. They can't touch Flacket. They cannot find the bot laner. 1, 2, 3, 4 kills secured already, and Jankos is trying to hunt down Nuktuk. It may just be a matter of time.
Oh, Dargamon's gonna flash forward for the ace, and G2.
The crowd in Berlin are going ballistic. Another excellent team fight. I need to keep track on how well G2 are now just tearing through this middle lane. Broken Blade stepping forward. Glacial Prison is available to him. If we get a moment's left, I want to see how much damage Flacket has been able to deal throughout the course of this game. Finn, by the way, is trying to get something in the bottom lane, but he needs to be with his team to defend.
Finn is your goal button. If you're XL, you cannot have your own in the front line because G2 are just going to walk in. There is nobody that poses a threat of engage to G2 if Owen is not there. So G2 are just going to walk in.
0-5 for Flacket right now. He's been untouched through multiple fights, and it's G2 on the initiation. Caps takes a lot of damage, but Mickey's forced to use the ulti already. The Forge God goes through, spell shielded by Flacket, who finishes off that inner turret. The re-engage, and Patrick is being forced away by Broken Blade. That's another kill for Flacket. He's legendary, a double. And G2 are now setting their sights on the Nexus. They're pouring into the base. The Red Bull Baron power play is still in effect, and those minions are going to help tear through this Nexus turret.
And the guy who was criticized in spring comes into this game, takes the resources and carries the team to victory.
G2 Esports are not done yet. They continue the chase onto Nuktuk and Mickey, looking for a couple extra kills. One last XL member standing is dropped inside of the base. G2 dominate XL. Those team fights